Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you was just the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you. Choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you was just the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Hi, good people. Hello. How is everybody? So, I'm back, bitches. How's it going? So, we are going to discuss Brice Rhodes. He was just convicted of 3 murders, and he is a character. So, yeah. We are going to go over his stepmom testified. We're going to go through that. And then when they said the penalty, what he got, we're going to go through that. Plus, right now, you guys may not like it, but I'm going to show you some other music videos I found of him. And just so you know, I speeded it up a little bit because he's so damn slow. So the rap sounds better like that anyways. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go.
You pussy ass niggas got something to say, niggas the mob, nigga. You better have a drum on the bottom of that motherfucker. Niggas is a little swag, nigga. I'm gonna hit up by myself, pussy.
El Chapo. This man makes a living mockery of America's war on drugs. He is Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, one of the world's richest men and Mexico's most wanted.
Rebel Guzman, nigga, Rebel Guzman. 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 All you ever wanted was a motherfucking club. Nigga, hold the sack, get right up by some drugs. I ain't even tripping, always extensions. Yeah, you hold the sack, man, my niggas go and get it. Yeah, we fucking with it. If you think I did it, then I fucking did it, man. All my killers live it. Nigga, fuck your life. Nigga, fuck your fam. Dog food cat, get my track going ham. Rip your ass apart. Nigga, fuck the narcs. All my niggas hard. All your niggas soft. Got a couple pills of the strawberry cough. Like a light switch, I turn your ass off. I'm a fucking boss. You a fucking in. What you re-up, that's my motherfucking pants. You don't stand a chance. You don't stand a chance. Cartel shit, nigga, gon' take a glance. Rebel Guzman, nigga, Rebel Guzman. Rebel Guzman, nigga, Rebel Guzman, 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 Rebel Guzman, that's my motherfucking nickname. Dog food and cocaine, nigga, I'm a foe, man. Hit a lick for a whole thing, purse right off, man. I style like a soul, man. Check and see my goals, man. Used to be your foe, man. Hit a lick on the dro, man. Road bands, in advance, rapping jeans and thirst pants, FNs and ambulance. Fuck the feds, I took a chance. Fuck a bitch, I met a game. Round bow, I smoke a lane, I smoke a bitch, still a clip. Fuck a snitch, I eat a rat. Y'all niggas ain't on that. You the type that got a strap. Ain't gon' bust, ain't gon' shoot. Bitch ass niggas ain't got no loot. Murder every nigga in your crew. Fuck nigga, what you gonna do? Fuck feds and free you. Round bow, it's my turn. Disrespect, I make you burn. Disrespect, I make you learn. Disrespect, I make you burn. FNs, they'll make you turn. FNs, they'll make you turn. Round bow, I make you burn.
Was a $5 million US government bounty on his head.
Chapo's defeat. He is the guy who's currently at war against the government of Mexico, against law enforcement and military forces.
At war because El Chapo heads the ultra-violent, ultra-lucrative Sinaloa drug cartel. His exploits legendary. Yet that was one. His movie.
DMG, Doubtful Gang, nigga. Rambo.
Got a pipeline on the motherfucking H. Shout out to the plug, man, the gang moving weight. Catch a pussy nigga, I'ma get him out the way. Catch a pussy nigga, I'ma get him out the way. Get money and murder, get money and murder shit, get money and murder, get money and murder shit, get money and murder, get money and murder shit, get money and murder, get money and murder shit. All I sell is Hank, all I sell is Hank. Teflon Don, bitch, Rambo is a tank. Yeah, I be the hit, yeah, I be the hit. Catch a pussy nigga, I'ma actually on my list. Got the block high, yeah, I know they watching me. Damage, that's a flex, and got your baby mama jacking me. Watch me flex, I'm a fool with the tech. Super gang bitch, got the fab on my neck. Me and Gutter Dog, man, they know we run trains. Got your bitch off the snot, she a fool off the tank. Make it rain, I'm a fool with the shots. Catch a nigga mama, I'm a fool with the Glock. Rambo Goosey, hide me with the Uzi. Doubtful gang bitch, so I know these hoes choose me. Black toy pack, got my bag looking gooey. Counting Hank stacks, man, I told a bitch chew me. Got a pipeline on the motherfucking H. Shout out to the plug, man, the gang moving weight. Catch a pussy nigga, I'ma get him out the way. Catch a pussy nigga, I'ma get him out the way. Get money and murder, get money and murder shit, get money and murder, get money and murder shit, get money and murder, get money and murder shit, get money and murder, get money and murder shit. Ace got me icy, Ace got me icy. Flexing extra hard, man, these bitches know I'm pricey. Yeah, these bitches dyking, yeah, these bitches dyking. Got them in a telly and the shit is so exciting. Got a bad bitch and I think her name Cash. I don't really trust no hoe, got my 30 on the dresser. If a nigga sneak this, bet the squad gon' catch him. Nigga sneak this, bet the squad gon' catch him. Rambo in a trap and I really got the boy. Bitches drink my milk and they think it's chips ahoy. Gotta stay strapped cause these pussies wanna get me. Took a couple shots, got me feeling like I'm 50. Man, you niggas whack, man, you niggas murk. Catch a fuck nigga, I'ma put him on the shirt. Rambo put in work, Rambo got stripes. Nigga fuck the feds, man, they wanna give me life. Got a pipeline on the motherfucking H. Shout out to the plug, man, the gang moving weight. Catch a pussy nigga, I'ma get him out the way. Catch a pussy nigga, I'ma get him out the way.
Yeah, nigga. Come on, nigga, out there. Shouting out them bandos, nigga. Rambo, nigga. Shout out to my bando, 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 shout out to my bando. As we run the trap, they will say Rambo. Shout out to my bando, 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 shout out to my bando. As we run the trap, they will say Rambo. Shout out to my bando, shout out to my block, shout out to my Uzi man, shout out to this lot, shout out to my squad, shout out to my guy, shout out to your sister nigga, shout out to your broad. In the bando, wide tie nigga up. College people's back, man, tell them ain't enough. Nigga fuck the bike, young nigga sniper. Picture from afar, I do a nigga trifling. In a bando, man, we moving dog food. Nigga trespass, I'm a kid, not this cool. Shit is all glimpse, shit is all glimpse. Catch you by my trap, I'ma have a nigga hit you. Shout out to my bando, 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 shout out to my bando. That's me on the trap, they will say Rambo. Shout out to my bando, 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 shout out to my bando. That's me on the trap, they will say Rambo. Yeah, nigga, Rambo, nigga. Let's take it. Whipping up, stop. Whipping up, stop, nigga. 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 Whipping up, stop. Whipping up snot in my trap house kitchen. Nigga play with me, I'ma leave his ass missing.
whipping off snot, nigga, whipping off snot, 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 whipping off snot, nigga, whipping off snot. Whipping off snot in my trap house kitchen. Nigga play with me, I'ma leave his ass missing. Begging big grams, get my diamond stupid kissing. Kidnap a nigga cause he came off short. Bought him in the trap like Kobe on the court. Caught a snot case, but I said fuck court. Caught a lean man cause I need a damn court. Counting big stacks, make your baby mama snort. When it come to beef, man, I cook it like sausage. Pour a couple bricks, man, I hold my plug hostage. Yeah. I don't give a fuck, nigga, that's about me. Young Rambo, I'm a young OG.
In the kitchen, whipping hard on that motherfucking stove. Whipping bricks, got your bitch butt naked out of clothes. Yeah. Man, that's how it goes. And now I got a counting bankroll. Yeah. Fucking shit, bitch. Yeah, you want my dick. You want my dick. Ice chain coat, yeah, Sub-Zero. For that block south side, I'm the hero. It's not double zeros. Got your main bitch twerking in my video. I tell her drop a shit and do the Tootsie Rolls. Black hat, black cat, and a pit bull. This a drug house. Man, we paid for it. They like, man, nigga, when you gon' drop shit, not now, nah. Too hot. They like Rambo, nigga, man, when you gon' drop shit right now. Time to take your block, bitch. In the kitchen, man, I'm whipping up the last block. Call it hood gives, straight drop. Got your bitch hair blowing in the fucking drop. Heard a nigga trip. Headshot. Whipping off snot, nigga, whipping off snot. 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 Whipping up snot, nigga, whipping up snot. Whipping up snot, nigga, whipping up snot. Get a nigga whole tab for a damn pound. Got a silencer, 30 clip, no sound. That's about gutter, nigga, yeah, he run a town. Ever disrespect, nigga, I'ma lay you down. Nigga, fuck the feds in the goddamn wiper. Junkies love my snot cause I get them all hyper. Leave a nigga bleeding like a bitch on a cycle. Say my name, I'ma hit you with my rifle. Heard of what they got, so they gave me. Fuck you niggas, bitch niggas ain't paid me. I do a lick with a nigga, now he shade. I give you bitches dope dick and that's crazy. Rambo, that's my nigga, 6 babies. They ain't know I hold a fucking 3 8. Bitch, you ain't even gotta pay me. I be damned if I let us if I play me. Rambo, that's my motherfucker round. We get together and we lay shit down. Round after round, how to put him in the ground. Pound after pound, after lock the fucking town. Bricks, nigga, never fucking with no stitch, nigga. Fuck around and have your body get up in the ditch, nigga. You eat your bitch, nigga, and tell your kids with ya. Murder was a case cause I snitch, nigga.
So there's that. What do you think about that? That would be the famous Rambo, aka Brice Rhodes. Now, what I wondered, I think these videos here came out in 2014. Okay, and I'm going to show you his record from another state. And 2016 is when he committed those crimes against those 2 boys, Larry Ordway and Maurice Gordon, and Christopher Jones. Yes, I had to get all their names right. So I'm thinking this was from not in Kentucky, because I didn't see any of the people that are involved in this case or the ones that lost their lives in these videos because they're earlier. So I think he approximately started hanging around with those kids. I could be wrong. Somebody tell me if you know him. A year to 2 years prior to 2016. Yeah, you know what I did there? I sped it up. Otherwise, he talks really, really slow when he raps. So speeding it up, actually, it sounds better, right? Right. See what the gang life gets you? Prison. Prison. That's where you go. Prison. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, you asked me how my Christmas was? Oh my God, girl. It was long. It was long. But a well-needed break. Well-needed break. It really was. Mentally. And you know what? Actually, I woke up on Christmas sad because I miss my mom. So yesterday was kind of tough. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll be all right. Because I'm back, bitches. Okay, we are going to listen. I got to pause it every now and then, because of fair use stuff going around here. Oh, I want to show you guys this here real quick. He's getting fan mail. Hold on. Look what people are doing. Okay, here's him, on the phone. He's cool, he's really cool. People are drawing pictures. Where's that other one? Oh my God, where is it? There's another one. I got to find it. Okay, here's one, and it says Free Rambo. Yeah. Here he is when he's a little boy. And from the sounds of it, he was adopted or something. I don't know. We're going to find out right now, though. I can tell you that. We're going to listen to his stepmom's testimony. Here we go. What's going on here?
Years was assistant mental health coordinator for the largest Head Start grantee in the state of Indiana.
And what is your relationship to Brice?
I am Brice's stepmother.
When
Stepmother.
did you first meet Brice? When did you first come into his life?
In 1998.
And how old was Brice at that time?
7.
And when you met him, how much time did you spend with him?
We spent a lot of time together.
And how often would he stay with you?
Okay, did you guys hear that? She works in mental health, you guys. Yeah.
Well, he would. I had a young son too, and then his brother Brice's brother Chandler was also there. So I got to be almost every weekend. But then he participated in sports, so I would be at his sports, his football games, and just around a lot.
And that was
Okay, Scott.
how old he was?
Shoot, what I will say, do you know how hard it was for me to find a whole clip of her? Because I think that's important to hear from the family too, because they're victims, in my opinion, they're victim themselves. You know what I mean? They did not tell him, Brice, go do this. You know what I mean? And she don't even live out in Kentucky. I think it's important. But but I found this, thank God. Long crime did it.
7.
And then were there any other periods of time in his life when you were seeing him more regularly?
So so then his father, and that was the beginning. So I started dating Sean. Actually, Sean and I worked together at Charter Hospital.
And Sean.
Sean is Brice's father.
Okay, so his real dad is Sean, and then he married her. So a blended family.
And so
See?
we started dating in 98.
Watch him. This is the first time I ever seen any emotion on him when she was testifying, or her testimony.
We introduced our boys. We got more serious in that first year, and then we moved in together in 1999. And Brice was over a lot. I was very active in his life.
And what period of time that you spent with Brice would you say contained the best memories of Brice?
Those early years. So, and when he was little, and he and Chandler and Credence playing together, and Darion, which was another brother that he lived in Lexington when he would come and visit, and holidays, and.
Are you guys watching him? He's showing emotion and trying not to. And I will say what really made me mad, though. I mean, we need to see this, okay, in my opinion. But when the grandma was giving her testimony or whatever, he had that smug attitude again. Come on now. You're not going nowhere. You're going to be there.
first family vacation was we went to Florida to the beach, and we stayed on the beach and went to Disney World, and it was just fun, age appropriate fun, and we were away, and it was a vacation, and I taught Brice how to swim on that vacation.
Did you take any pictures during that vacation?
Yes, took a lot of pictures. Vacation.
Is this a photograph that you took yourself?
Yes, that is a photograph that I took.
And who are we looking at in this photo?
So this is Brice and my son Credence. And you'll notice in this picture, Credence has a big cut chunk out of the front of his hair because he looked up to Brice a lot. And Brice had gotten a Nike swoosh cut in the back of his hair, and Credence wanted a Nike swoosh sign like Brice. So that was his attempt at a Nike swoosh sign there. So we look at these pictures and laugh about that often, remembering that.
It's the Planet Fitness. You can still join a gym in 2023
Holy
sale. Join
crap.
the judgment-free zone and get equipment for every work.
That hurt the ears. Oh my God. Sorry, guys.
And was this a photograph that you took as well?
It was. It was Disney World. And that is Brice, Credence, Brice, and Chandler from left to right. And Jeannie.
And what about this photo?
And that again is Disney World. That was at MGM Studio at the Muppet Show. We had our 3D glasses on.
And who's in this photo?
That's me and Brice and Chandler and Credence.
Okay, let's go back to the swimming for a moment. We can turn the lights back on for a minute. Thank you. I think you told us that you taught Brice to swim. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that was like?
So, you know, and it was really important, you know, for us, and considering, you know, that we had young children and blending the family, and there was other, you know, parents involved. And one thing I noticed early on with Brice is that, you know, trust and him trusting me was really important. And, you know, I worked really, really hard at that. And also with Brice, he didn't like to be embarrassed. He didn't like to do anything that would put him in a situation where he would be embarrassed or where he didn't have control. Or
wasn't that interesting what she just said? He didn't like it when he didn't have control. Now, I do want to say, I don't know if you people know this, but I'm going to tell you right here now. Okay, what was I going to tell you guys? Oh my God. It was just here in my head. Oh, he wasn't even on the police radar. Nothing out there in Kentucky. He wasn't on their radar at all, you guys. They always show how precious they are at a young age. Then they turn into running the streets of monsters. Yeah, where'd it go wrong, right? I mean, I haven't been perfect in my life, but hell, I didn't go killing people. Yeah, I'm surprised too, but we're going to get into his record from another state, and that boy should have been in prison. He should have never been out. That's all I got to say.
So the swimming piece was big, and it stands out for me because it was so big, because he had trust was a big thing too. And so in my family, it was always really important to learn how to swim.
Okay, here we go. Are you figuring it out yet? He's got mommy issues. Yep, mommy issues. Believe me, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. A lot of boys want their mommy. My sons do.
At least to know how to float, to be able to, you know, if you fell in, to be able to save yourself. And so that was important, that for me, that the boys knew how to do that. And so that was, you know, Brice didn't know how to swim, and so I taught him how to, I say swim, but it was more floating. And so, you know, teaching him how to float and trust.
Oh, good one. Yes. Control issues. Yes.
The water and trusting that the water would hold him up. And I mean, that was a very significant moment in in the building of our connection and our relationship was teaching him how to swim, and that he trusted me, and he
See?
that was, and he let the
See, look at him, you guys. I like to see emotions, and look at, we're seeing it right here.
water hold him up, and he was brave, and he did it. And he learned how to swim.
Is there anything else from that vacation, that family vacation, that stands out or that's significant to you?
Just Brice's goofiness. He was always so goofy when he was, when he was little. And one of the Star Wars came out, and when we went to Disney, the boys, one of the shows we went to, they got lightsabers there, and so then we went to see Star Wars after that. And he, when we got back, he always liked to play pretend too. And he and his brother, not just him, but he and his brothers. And so we had the arms of the couch had covers on them, and Brice thought they looked like what the stormtroopers wore. So, and the other thing I remember is like the boys were in their underwear a lot. So I have all these pictures of them in their underwear with these couch things on their head and their lightsabers, like running around. And it was just remembering that we were just happy, and they were happy, and it was just a really nice time to be together as a family.
Thank you. I think we have a few more pictures. Could you describe this photo for us, please?
So that's that was after Christmas. Credence, and that's Credence and Brice, and that was it. Yeah, them singing something for me, and Brice playing the guitar. Credence continues to be a musician to this day, but yeah, which I think is funny. But again, Brice was so goofy. He was such a
Okay, there we go. She shouldn't have even said that.
Jokes and
She should. Okay. She talked about her other son. She did it right there. Did you hear that?
yeah, that they were really getting into this song. I don't recall what the song was, but they were really getting into it.
What about this next photo?
And that was a family vacation to Memphis. We drove to we meet my cousin. It was Memphis was a halfway point for us, and so my cousin and her son met us there. And Brice, when we were on Bill Street, he saw that hat and wanted that hat, and he loved that hat, and he wore it like the whole time. We were at Hard Rock Cafe in this picture, but Brice had a little afro, and so the funny thing, he wore that hat the whole time, like from when he woke up until like the only time he didn't wear it is when we were swimming. But when he would take that hat off, he had wore it so long that his hair was shaped in the form of that silly hat that he loved so much. Yeah, but that was a good family trip too.
What about this photo?
So that is Brice and his brothers. That is Credence, and Brice, and Chandler, and Darion, and that is in one of our rooms at our house. And that was, yeah,
was that a chair that they all like to sit on quite a lot?
Yes, that was a chair that we sat in. It rocked, and so yeah, there was a lot of.
Was it normal for Brice to pull a goofy face in a photo?
It is normal. It was normal for Brice to pull goofy faces in, because he was a goofy boy.
What about this photo?
So, this was. That was at my apartment. That's before we moved in. That's when the boys were supposed to be sleeping. You see, Chandler was always very obedient. I don't think he was really sleeping, but he knew to fake it. I think I came in to say, well, you guys are supposed to be asleep. And two, this was Credence's bedroom. Credence had bunk beds. He had 2 beds, but whenever they spent the night, they all slept in the same bed always.
What about this one?
That's Brice and his sister Chambrielle.
Oh.
Is this a school photo or a family photo?
I think that is a photo that his mom had taken.
What about this one? I think you took this one.
Yeah.
There we go. Is her testimony supposed to give him credibility? I don't, they're saying a death penalty case, you know what I mean? He's gone forever. I don't know.
Yes, that's one that I had taken of the boys. I think that's the first picture I had had of them taken together.
How old is Brice, do you think, in this?
That was 99. 7, 8.
I think we have 2 more. think we can move on. Well, what about the last one?
The grandson. That's Brice and his son, Joel.
Oh, well, he's got a
Any more
kid.
of his grandson's life.
I am very actively involved in
Oh,
his life. Yes.
We have done the other photos. Are there any other memories from Florida or from
wow.
when Brice was in the 3rd grade that you'd like to share?
He has a son.
What would you do with the boys?
Well, I was a busy mom, so just sure they, got to practices, and so
Oh, you knew that? I didn't.
Brice, after when I moved in with Sean initially in '99, his oldest boys, Brice and Chandler, didn't live with him. They lived in the area, but they didn't live with him. And I was a recent college grad. I was a sociology major. I had I worked in the field, and there were some red flags that I saw with both the boys. And there was
Okay. Sociology, whatever she said, she majored in. Listen, let's listen. Oh,
and I had this grand idea, not just me, but Sean too, just wanted to stabilize things for the boys. And we were moving towards, marriage and in long term. And, and so I felt it would be important to bring the boys into our home to go to school. I worked at a community mental health center on the school.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you want to speak up some.
Sure. Do I need to scoop? Is this a mic?
That would be helpful as well, yes.
I worked on a school-based team in a community mental health center in Jeffersonville, and I just thought it would be we thought it would be a good idea to have them in the home and to be in a school that I could, that I was involved in. And so we met with Brice's mom and his grandmother, and I had expressed to her at that time, and because I knew that there was, I let her know what my concerns were. I felt like, I knew that there was some abuse in her relationship, and that I wanted, that we just wanted to provide more stability, and we wanted the boys to be together. And so Shauna agreed to let Brice come and live with us for his 3rd grade year. And so he did live with us.
I'm so sorry. I'm still having a hard time hearing you.
And that's probably my fault. I started talking softly, so let's just try and speak so I can hear.
Okay.
And I'll probably ask you about a number of things that you've just shared with us.
Okay.
I think, can you tell us about your participation in Brice's education?
And so, the normal kind of things. I was probably a little bit more actively involved because I was at the school pretty often, and in communication with his teachers about the progress that he was making, and there were some concerns that came up, and we wanted to get him tested, and Shauna refused to have him tested.
When you say tested, what do you mean?
So,
did you hear that? His father refused to have him tested. If there was red flags, she majored in this kind of stuff. She said she's seen red flags, had him come live with his brother, come live there, and his dad refused to have him tested. So there's that.
To have testing for a developmental or academic evaluated.
Wow.
An evaluation.
And what stood out to you that made you want him to be evaluated?
So the processing of information, the retention of information, just some cognitive things as far as understanding.
Would you help Brice with his homework?
I would.
And what was that like?
Who's the cameraman?
It was challenging in that there were, so going back to what I had said earlier about Brice didn't like to be embarrassed or feel, like he didn't have control of the situation or, understand things. So I had to think of, the
the testing. There's nothing wrong with having eval. Then you know where to go with the child. You know what I mean? If you know there's a problem, you get the help to see where they're struggling and do the best you can to help that child. In my opinion.
Out making him, without him feeling embarrassed. And so there would be often, he would, so there oftentimes I would help him as much as I could, but then we would get to a place where, it wasn't helpful anymore. And so that's when I would talk to his teachers about, this is as far as we were able to get. We did read a lot. He didn't like reading. And so I read to him and the other boys. So we would do that, nightly. We read Harry Potter and chapter books and things. And that helped him as far as, with the reading piece.
Did Brice, I think you said he did some
She sure did try, you guys. That's what I'm getting out of this. She cares and loves him.
sports at school.
It was youth league. So he was, at that time it was youth league, and it was youth league football.
And did Brice play football later in life as well?
I am not certain. I don't think he played football later. I know that he played basketball when he was in middle school, but I don't think he played football beyond youth league that I'm aware of. We moved away in 2002, and that changed our accessibility and our interactions.
Oh,
Sorry, changed what?
It changed our accessibility to Brice then, and when we moved away.
Did Brice?
Oh, okay. So they moved away from him. Who's he left with then? Okay.
Ever get evaluated or tested?
He did get evaluated.
When did that happen?
I am not for certain. I believe it was middle school when the actual testing took place.
And why did it take so long for that to occur?
Because his mother had to agree to that and sign off on it.
Wow.
Was it just school that Brice struggled with? How did he do at home with chores or tasks?
So he was task avoidant, and and chores weren't and some, again, trying to determine what's age appropriate and not age appropriate. He tried to get out of chores a lot. It wasn't his favorite thing to do, and often would engage in goofy behavior to get out of doing things.
The mother and the streets. Yeah, that's sad. So, okay, from my take on this, and I could be wrong, you guys. So he went and lived with his dad and his stepmom, and then for what, a year? 3rd grade, she said. And then they moved and he stayed with his mother in the streets. Got it. Makes sense.
There wasn't a lot of follow through, and again, he was pretty task avoidant.
Why do you think he was so task avoidant?
I think, and then sometimes too, it seemed like, when I gave him directives, or when his father gave him directives, the processing piece that I spoke about, he I don't know that he processed that the whole way through. And so it would look like he was being oppositional, and he wasn't being, it wasn't. So that sometimes that would lead to problems, and consequences. And, but I think it was, again, about processing and understanding.
Did you ever observe Brice develop a morning routine or any routines or habits of any type on his own?
Not on his own. Not on his own. He was, was pretty dependent on, me or his brother to wake up and those type of things. He was still pretty young.
Did Brice ever have a job with you at any point that he was with you?
And so when we like I said, we moved away in 2002, and he came to live with us when he was in middle school, and for a short time. And we were looking at some different alternatives to support him and to get him acclimated into the community. And we did look at, a job at Marsh at the supermarket, but that never, I mean, we spoke with the manager and we went in, but he never did.
How did that interview go? Do you remember?
So it was an unofficial interview, and it was but Brice looked to me more to do the talking for him.
And how old was he at the time?
That's interesting.
Probably 14.
I want to go back to talk about one of the other boys that you raised. You raised 3 boys.
Yes.
3 or 4.
Yes.
During the same period of time.
Yes.
Was Brice the only one who had struggles at school?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. And that was the reason why. So Chandler was the other. He and Brice are a year apart, and they're both Sean's children. And he was struggling and having some outbursts in school, just as Brice was struggling. And that was one of the reasons why Sean and I wanted them to come and live with us. We were moving towards, we were more serious. I had recently graduated from college. We had, we were trying to create stability. We wanted the boys together. And so we brought Chandler. Yeah. So Chandler came to live with us too.
Were you able to help Chandler find success or find support in school?
Yes, we were able to create that stability that we wanted, and that we wanted to create for him. And and Chandler stayed with us, and he moved with us. And yes, Chandler completed his PhD in June of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he completed his PhD.
That's good. So that is his little brother that we seen. Okay, I'm not going to go back to it, but when they were all in the bed, it was the end little boy. So he's got a PhD. Wow. Too bad that he didn't get to stay with his dad.
PhD in June of this year. And he currently is an assistant professor of political science.
How do you feel that consistency impacted Chandler?
I feel like it impacted him positively. And it impact. I mean, his life trajectory was completely different, and he was able to thrive. He worked on he was able to thrive in a just remarkable way. He had success in elementary and middle, and then high school. He graduated in the top 20 from his high school. He went on to one of the most prestigious colleges in the University of Chicago. He worked on Capitol Hill for a while after he graduated with his undergraduate degree. He went back and got his master's.
Wow. And you're right. It's like day and night with the siblings. See, something was wrong long time ago. She caught it, and the father would not do the eval.
PhD, and he is currently an assistant professor at the University of Oregon.
Oh my God.
What about Brice? You told us that you tried to get him tested. What else did you do to try to help Brice?
So we went when Brice came to stay with us in the 3rd grade. I spoke about the meeting with Brice's mother, and I understood kind of when I think back about it, because I think back to it, I was really young, and so we were both really young. We were all, the parents in the situation were all very young, but I understood the importance of including his mother and respecting his mother and validating, where she was, and that, in that partnership, in trying to raise Brice, it was going to be really important that we had a good relationship. And so, I was aware of, it was just very guarded. We never knew where she lived. There was a lot of different phone numbers. She always had a lot of money, but no job that I was aware of, drove really nice cars. And so just, again, a lot of red flags for, just some, and then, Brice's behavior and his guardedness and being scared. He often, I didn't mention before, like when he would stay over, he often wanted to sleep in my bed at night. One night he fell asleep with a big gob of gum in his mouth and woke up and he had a lot of hair and had all this gum in his, it took a long time to get the gum out of the afro. But so again, it was just really important. I knew so that I needed to, that mom was in an abusive relationship. And so having, that conversation with her and, us getting on the same page. And so initially she agreed to allow him to come and live with us. And he stayed with us. And Sean and I weren't married. And so also too, I respected that I was not the wife in the situation. I was the girlfriend. And, so I respected those boundaries and was very intentional about respecting those boundaries. And then we got married on January 1st of 2000. And I was at a place where I'd been pushing Sean to get some kind of custody, to get something on paper because I felt like Shauna, Brice's mother, with her lifestyle, was sabotaging our ability to provide the stability in his life that we wanted and we needed to have. We didn't have phone numbers. We didn't know where Brice was when she would take him on the weekend. Sometimes she would take.
Okay. Wow. This is sad. Okay. So it sounds like allegedly his mother ran the streets. Allegedly. And this lady here, let me tell you, I give her tons of credit. Being young and just getting out of college and doing all this for these kids and respecting her boundaries, you know what I mean, of the other parents. She's awesome.
Take him to school on Monday. Sometimes she wouldn't. He would be late to school from time to time. And so after we got married, I began to push more. And I began to exert more. We have to do something. You need to go to court. You need to get something on paper so you have more rights in Brice's life. And when I started to do that, that created friction and tension between Shauna and I. And she tried to come and get Brice. And so we had talked with an attorney. We were seeking custody, seeking some kind of, and so it was led into a weekend where we kept Brice until we could get to court. And on that Monday morning, the school called me, the secretary, because again, I was very involved, and the secretary called me and said, "Anna, there's a woman here saying that she is, Brice's mother, and she's trying to take him out of school."
Oh.
And she said, and if you bring Brice to school, she's going to be able to sign him out. And so we had all this stuff going on, and so we decided to keep Brice. She said, just if you don't bring him, then she can't get him. So I kept Brice at home, and it was a very emotional situation. It was a very emotional. Brice's mother and grandmother came over, and Brice was, in the house, and he was crying, and they were banging on the doors and the windows, and come out here, Brice, come out here. And I, explained to Brice, this is, we're trying to protect you. We need to know where you're at on the weekends. We need to have phone numbers and addresses. And I said, I'm so sorry this is happening. And I said, but you tell me, what do you want, Brice? What do you want? And he said, I just want to be with you guys. I just want to stay with you guys. And I said, well, we're going to fight to keep you here. And I'm sorry you have to go through that. But he hid in that bedroom, and he wouldn't go out. And his mom and grandma were saying, come out, Brice, get out here, get out here.
Wow.
And but that was the hardest memory. I remember I couldn't protect him. So I protected him in that moment. But then just as soon as he went back to school, she came and got him, and we went to court, and we didn't get, it wasn't favorable for us. And after that, Shauna enrolled him at a different school, and we weren't able to have the same level of contact with him that we had been before.
Wow.
We were able to before.
Was there anything else that was different after the custody battle?
Yeah, so Brice was different. He was different. Our interactions and our connections.
See, I don't understand that. They fought for him, okay? What is wrong with the court system here? They fought for him, and the mother didn't have a stable job. They didn't have addresses or phone numbers, and they still lost. They had to get an attorney to try to, save this kid. Oh, I could imagine. Scary for a young child, yeah. Pounding and knocking on the doors. Let me tell you something. This wasn't when I was a kid, but I'm just saying. I hid in a closet because of my ex-husband pounding on the doors and the windows, trying to get to me. I could imagine being a child and hearing that.
We've always been connected. We are still connected. I love Brice forever.
Oh.
But his guardedness, he was more guarded. It was just like we started all over again.
Was that how Brice was the first time you met him?
So that was Brice, how Brice was kind of, he was always, kind of guarded in the beginning. And it took a while, like I said, to develop that trust and that connection. And I was very intentional. It was really important for me. And then too, like, I was just hopeful, I was young and optimistic, and I think I loved the boys before I loved Sean. I loved his boys.
Mm.
Can we pause for just one moment? Can I see this, Bernice?
Oh boy. Wow, she's amazing.
We've talked about your best memories of Brice from the 3rd grade and a very difficult memory of the custody battle. Are there any other difficult memories that you have of Brice that you'd like to share with us?
Yes. So we always would do whatever, and we were clear with Shauna. We would always do whatever we could to help stabilize Brice's life and his situation. We knew, and again, I still don't know all the details. I don't know all the details of what Shauna and was involved in, but I know there was trauma. I know there was abuse. I know, but it took a while, and Brice was getting into trouble, and Shauna called Sean and said, I need Brice to come and stay with you all. Is that, and we talked about it, and he said, absolutely, he can come and stay with us. That's when he was in middle school, and he came, and he stayed with us, and that was, when the job, and trying, and Chandler was there, and so Chandler worked, really wanted him to be there, and really loved that he was going to school with them, and Credence, and but it was hard for Brice to acclimate. It was hard for and it was different. They were older, and he and Brice had done some things and got in trouble, and he was really mad at Sean, and there kind of how the whole situation ended is that Brice hurt himself. He did some self-injury. I don't know exactly what it was, but he had marks on his face, and called the cops and said it was Sean, and and he had to be. They took him to the Eskenazi, which was the local hospital, and we had to go through all that, and then go to get him, and when they realized that it wasn't that there wasn't any kind of abuse or anything going on, and we went to the hospital, and to get Brice, and when I got there, he was in the hospital bed, and I was still like frustrated, and just all kinds of emotions. And I remember, and Brice never disrespected me. That was one thing throughout he was goofy, and he wouldn't always follow directions and things, but we had a very loving relationship. We still have a loving relationship. And so I don't remember my exact words, but I said, something like, what, Brice, what is, going on? And he looked at me and he said, get out of my face.
Oh.
And it was just like a whole different, I'd never seen that in him. He sounded different, and it was, so it was, that was, I mean, I can still hear his voice in my head saying that. And I remember it was scary. It was I was hurtful. It made me sad. It was just, there was, and that was a hard, it's a difficult memory. And decided after that Brice wanted to go back to his mother's. He wanted to come back to Jeffersonville, and we arranged that. I took him back down to his mom's, and it's a pretty quiet ride back down there. It was a pretty quiet ride back to his mom's. And
okay, did I miss something here? Hi, Box. Did she say that why he was in the hospital? Why he got hurt? Did I miss it? His foundation was already molded from a young age from living with the mother. Yep. The thing about it is, okay, you can't undo what's done. However, that's too bad they didn't win that custody hearing. Okay, I didn't hear why either, so I was just wondering. So we will continue.
He was getting out. His mom came to the window. I was talking to her, and he looked at me and he said, "I love you." And I
Oh.
said, "I love you too, Brice."
How did you feel when Brice said he loved you after all of that?
I mean, I felt like a mom feels when they're, going through a really hard situation with their child, when they look at you and they say, "I love you." I mean, there were still all the emotions because we were still dealing with a lot of stuff, not knowing, like what the next steps were and things. But I felt love for him too, and I felt concern, and I felt it just, I always wanted to help him. I always wanted to do whatever I could. But again, kind of that helpless feeling that I had felt like that was, throughout our relationship, is that my hands were tied a whole lot in helping Brice, and that was always hard for me.
If Brice is given an opportunity for parole, what would you like your role to be in his life going forward?
So I would like to still always have a relationship with Brice. I feel like, ongoing mental health support is really important for him. Ultimately, that's his choice, what he follows through with, but, I've been in the mental health field for 28 years, and, I have a lot of resources. And so I would, like to encourage that. I can see that I would, if in that relationship, that would be something that I would encourage. And Brice, like I said, I'm his son's Nina. Is what he calls me, Nina. So, I play that. I would continue to play that active role in being the grandmother, and and
She's lost.
Thank you. I have no more questions.
Any questions? All right, you're free to step down. Thank you.
Wow. What an amazing woman. And she's the only one, like her family member, that gave a testimony. It's kind of sad, really. However, I'd like you to agree with me, Scout. I'm glad I found this. All I've been seeing is like a couple minute video. I'm like, wait a minute, there's got to be more to this. You know what I mean? We know he did some icky, cruel stuff, okay? Horrible things. Can never take back. My personal feelings, he could not be. No, I agree. I agree with you. Nope. Okay, now we're going to listen to the penalty phase. It's only 6 minutes long, people. That's it. 6 minutes. And Fox, hi, sweetheart. You know what? My Christmas was very, very busy. I put on miles and miles and miles and miles on my car because my daughter don't live by me. And I seen how many different kids? 1, 2, 3. And the other one lives in another state. However, we FaceTime. If the testimony can be found, I know. You know how long it took me to find this? I'm telling you. I mean, I want to hear what the people in his life had to say. You know what I mean? All right, here is this.
And the verdict forms to Deputy Mills. Thank you, sir. Counsel, would you all approach for just a moment?
Okay, you guys, have you ever wondered why he's got that Band-Aid on his head? Okay, I'm going back to his head again. because it's driving me nuts. Okay, I've heard, oh, it's acne. He had hot water, and I think I believe that more. So poured hot water on his head. What else did I hear? However, this Band-Aid here, it got me thinking. What if it's a tattoo of a gang thing? What do you think about that? No one's going to walk around with that on their head, right? Look at him stroking his chin like the mafia boss. Yes, yes. I don't know. I'm going to find out what happened to his head, though. It bothers me. I know it has nothing to do with the case. However, there's that. I'm really shocked, though, how he has behaved in court. See, yeah, maybe those are, see, it's got to be a gang sign or something. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yes, all details do matter.
All right. In the matter of Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Brice Rhodes, the jury's verdict is as follows. Count 1, murder as to Christopher Jones. We, the jury, do find beyond a reasonable doubt that an aggravating circumstance exists.
Hold on. I got the wrong one. This ain't good. I messed up this stream. Oh my God. Oh, I do got the right one. Never mind. Hold on. Let me get back there. Let's see here. Looks like Medea poured hot grits on the back of his head. I know, I want to find out what's wrong with his head. You guys, I'm going to reach out to him. Yes, I am. I'm going to ask, what is wrong with your head? What happened? All right, here we go.
Exist in this case and fix the defendant's punishment.
Whoa. What is going on here? I'm having issues. Oh, we got a commercial going on. I don't like that. Be patient with me, people. I haven't been on for a week, okay? Okay. Christ, 8 days, I think. Okay, we already heard this part.
Person, if you could please hand them.
There we go. Sorry.
All right. In the matter of Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Brice Rhodes, the jury's verdict is as follows. Count 1, murder as to Christopher Jones. We, the jury, do find beyond a reasonable doubt that an aggravating circumstance exists in this case and fix the defendant's punishment for the murder of Christopher Jones at life without the possibility of parole.
You knew that was going to happen.
For count 2, as to Maurice Gordon, we, the jury, do find beyond a reasonable doubt that an aggravating circumstance exists in this case and fix the defendant's punishment for the murder of Maurice Gordon at life without the possibility of parole. As to count 3, murder Larry Ordway, we, the jury, do find beyond a reasonable doubt that an aggravating circumstance exists in this case and fix the defendant's punishment for the murder of Larry Ordway at life without the possibility of parole. For count 4, tampering with physical evidence, we fix the defendant's punishment for tampering with physical evidence at 5 years. Count 5, abuse of a corpse, Maurice Gordon, we fix the defendant's punishment for abuse of a corpse at 1 year or 365 days. Count 6, abuse of a corpse, Larry Ordway, we fix the defendant's punishment for abuse of a corpse at 1 year.
He's giving attitude, you guys. Look at that. I wonder what that means. I am going to, I'm writing him, you guys. Yep, I sure am.
Year or 365 days. We, the jury, further recommend that the punishments fixed for the defendant as set forth above be served as follows. All sentences to be served consecutively meaning one after the other. It's signed by the foreperson as to all counts. I will now ask each of you if this is your verdict.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Jurors, thank you for your service. I will be speaking with you a little bit further in just a few minutes. I'm going to have you go back into the deliberation room, and I'll be in there in just a few moments to speak with you, and just for a little bit. Thank you.
All rise for the jury.
Oh, look at him. Oh, look at that. All rise for the jury. Oh my God. Here we go. He's starting in. Wow.
All right, you can all be seated. Anyone who wishes to leave now may do so. We need to set a separate date at which the court will have final sentencing.
Okay, I don't understand that because I don't know Kentucky. This is the first time I ever covered a case in Kentucky. Okay, they gave him life. Why are they waiting until next year, March, for the court to what? That I don't know. Step plan is a sign of control and competence. Okay. Okay. I don't believe this story, but I've seen other people talk about him, you know, and I like to show proof of everything. However, they said that he has ties to the mafia, or yeah, the mob. I say bullshit on that. That's what I say. Now, from my understanding, I could be wrong. This case is mainly built on what's the word? Help me, you guys. What's the word, Fox? Circumstantial, because they cannot find his those two witnesses, okay, are the ones that really put him behind bars. Well, no, he did it to himself, okay? So don't come at me, people. That's not what I mean. Gangs, probably not the mafia. Yeah. I kind of see why that one boy, what's his name, Ja'Cory Taylor, I see why he was all nervous and didn't want to testify. I mean, look at his rap videos. All it's about is drugs, murder, and money. That's it. And how did he get all those nice cars? That's what I want to know.
The timetable, judges, probation and parole on PSI right now.
So ordinarily we would pass 6 to 8 weeks. And I think in this instance, it would be prudent to go into mid to late March if that's acceptable for you all.
That's crazy. What's up, Kentucky? Jimmy Hoppa here.
And should we perhaps put this case on in the afternoon where we have a little more time and a little more open of a courtroom?
That's fine, Judge.
All right. How about March 13th at 1:30?
Yes, Judge.
See, you guys, I didn't watch this whole thing, mind you.
March 13th, 1:30 p.m. Is there anything else that we need to address from any party?
At least he's nice to his attorneys, huh?
Judge, there are a number of other cases that were assigned to different courtrooms. Judge Cunningham just took them all to make this easier. I will make an offer on those so that we can wrap it all up in if they so choose. Otherwise, I guess they'll have to be redistributed back to their respective courtrooms.
No problem. Anything from the defense?
I just wanted to, if we could have those all set on the docket that day as well.
That we actually, I've already discussed that with the clerk. We will have all of the remaining cases on the docket that day.
Wow.
Mr. Rhodes, I do also want to advise you, although you have very good attorneys, and I'm sure that they have or will discuss this with you as well, but you absolutely have the right to appeal. Just like with this case, if you are unable to hire an attorney for that appeal, then the court will appoint an attorney to represent you. Knowing these lawyers, I'm sure that they will walk you through that and talk with you about that. And we will see you all in March. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, he must be on medication. So, what is it, March 13th? I like this comment. Jimmy Hoffa, he is not. Maybe if you order Jimmy Hoffa. Aqua, yes. Taxpayers always pay for, yeah. Oh, I'm not done yet. Oh, no. I'm not done yet, believe me. We got a long ways to go on this case because me and Fox are going to get together and we are going to go over some documents with Louisville PD. Okay. I don't want to say corruption. What do I want to say? They, okay. What do they do to citizens? They violate civil rights. Now, if the federal government did investigation on them, that's a big deal. Okay? No, thank you for being here, okay? Now, I cannot find, and it's driving me nuts, where a detective in the case lied under oath. Not just about the car seat. There's some other stuff. I can't find it. I'm so mad. I've really been trying. Well, I'm not mad. You guys know what I mean, right? I like to try to make sense when I'm talking. I try. Okay, so we are going to go to, just so you guys get an idea of what's up here. Hold on, give me a minute. You guys, guess what? My laptop's going to hell. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Let's see. Where is it? Is that it? Talks among yourself what I look. Oh, that's Louisville. Government stuff. You guys, it's 90 pages. How crazy is that? Why can't I find it? Hold on. He's got a civil case going on. And let me get to that here. That's what I'm looking for. We're going to look at the dates because hopefully somebody's going to be streaming it. I'm going to see if I can. Hold on, you guys. I had this ready the other day, but I was having problems with my laptop. And I said, fuck it. Sorry about the swearing. Kentucky government. Let's go there. Find a case. All right. Hold on. I'm hiding it. Okay, guys, what's been going on? I see some stuff's going on with BHB, and I cannot wait to review it today. Yes, I am. BHB, I'm coming. Uh-oh. What's this here? What's going on? Here we go. I found it. It was giving me problems, people. All right. This is what I'm going to... I'll go into that here in a minute, Fox. Oh, I'm always in a hurry with no place to go. Now, here we go. Sentencing will be 3/13/2024 at 1:30 p.m., which I don't understand. We already know he got life without parole. I don't understand what they're doing here. However, I'm going to show you guys this. He's got a trial coming up. It's down here. February 5th, 2024, right here. And this has to do with the government. He took them to court. So I'm going to find out exactly what this is because I am not going to pay for any of this. Do you guys blame me? So all these records here are from the crimes that he did. And hold on. Let me see if they're all the same case number. They're all different? Okay. Okay. So, like I said, he wasn't on their radar at all. Okay, Fox, I'm going to go to... Hold on, please. All right. Yes, this is what I'm going to be covering too. Hold on, Fox. Let me show them. Me and Fox, we're going to be reviewing stuff weekly, and I cannot wait. Me and him are going to work good together. Judge agrees to review Brice Rhodes' claim of police misconduct in murder cases, and I agree with this. Some people may not agree with me, and that's okay. Okay? There's no echo chamber here. We all have an opinion, and they all matter. I'm just giving you mine. Okay? And this was September 27, 2019. You guys remember I showed you the video, what he said to the judge? Here we go. Hopefully.
From the Artisan Village to College Square.
Oh, these commercials are driving me nuts. Ads, whatever it may be.
Handed. Experience Berea. Visit Berea.com.
Come on.
A Louisville man accused of murdering 3 people is asking a judge to dismiss the charges.
WDRB's Katrina Helmer was there in the courtroom today as Brice Rhodes accused detectives of lying. Katrina.
They did.
Brice Rhodes filed his own motion today. It revolves around evidence that he says does not exist and that he says detectives lied about.
Yes, he did.
I understand, Mr. Rhodes, you would like us to talk about your motion for a direct dismissal of the case.
Brice Rhodes is accused of killing Christopher Jones and teen brothers Larry Ordway and Maurice Gordon in May of 2016. At the pretrial hearing Friday, Judge Charles Cunningham asked Rhodes to read his motion for a direct dismissal out loud for everyone.
My point is that 2 detectives committed perjury.
Yes.
They both lied under oath.
Rhodes says detectives stated they had evidence of blood in his car and a back seat of a car.
They
But
lied.
then earlier this month, detectives did not produce that evidence.
There were burned items in the dumpster that Detective Peters thought might be part of a backseat.
The Commonwealth argued the detective was not under oath, that he simply misspoke trying to remember evidence from years ago.
That is not the central evidence that we would be presenting in this case.
Can't run from the truth. Perjury is perjury.
Rhodes is suggesting detectives lied about having evidence in order to pin charges on him.
So I ask you to dismiss these charges. Thank you. And I say today, I believe I'm the victim of racism, malicious prosecution, and corruption.
This is turning into something more than it is.
The judge asked for the Commonwealth to provide a written response before he decides what to do. That next pretrial conference will be on Halloween.
Okay, let me tell you that.
Rhodes' trial was set for April next year, but during today's hearing, the judge also said,
Okay, let me tell you something. We don't want to listen to her no more because we know how mainstream media gets. Okay? They would only put like a minute maybe of him on there and it was about his outburst in court. However, I want to say this. If the judge felt there was nothing that happened, why would a judge agree to look into this? Because It's more than just that. And I will tell you, I hate the R word, but let me tell you, Louisville County, there is a black man. Okay? If the federal government's saying it, it's unbelievable. Oh, because when I've been doing my lives, they're so long and people don't want to watch them. But you know what? They should, if they're interested in this kind of stuff. Yep, they sure did. That's why I want to show the other side. I'm not for him. Let me get that out there. It's a horrible thing what he did to those teenage boys. Okay? But they can't find nothing. That's what's weird. So, in my opinion, he did it all. Those boys did it. I don't even want to go there. It's over. I'll shut up. Okay, do you guys want to see more stuff that I found? Hold on. What's going on here? Do you got time? Do you people have time? Listen, do you have time? Because you know what? We're going to Indiana. Indiana. Now this boy, I call him a boy because you know what? He could be my boy. His case in Indiana. Okay, remember this happened in 2016 when all these people were murdered by him? Now, he had a warrant for his arrest in Indiana. He should have never been out of prison. He got a 6 or 7 year stint. He did 2 years, people. 2 freaking years. So from 2015 on, there's a warrant for his arrest. When? When? When is that going to be? You should, and we'll be there. I heard she made a plea deal. Ruby did. Ooh, that'll be a good one. See, I like to pick out the cases nobody's talking about. You know what I mean? And I do. The high profile too. But when it gets to be a circus, I stand back. And I'm like, hell no. Look at these people regurgitating the same shit over and over and over. And yeah, I could say that. Oh, yeah, everybody's so up to Arctic Fox. He's my boy. Well, you know what I mean. All right, we are going to Indiana. We are going to look at his prison stints that he did out there. Glad you guys have time because we're going to learn here. I'm going to educate you guys as I do myself, you guys. Uh-oh. All right. Let's find the prison website. We're here. All right. So he did some time in Indiana. Like I said, he wasn't on the police radar. And that's why, because he was running from charges. And I do want to say about mainstream media, I'd like to correct some of their statements. They were trying to say he was an ex-offender. No, he's not. I went everywhere. He's not. I even went to the federal one, okay, for the whole United States. He ain't on there. Maybe he did something and I don't know what, but he's not an ex-offender. Okay? Just saying. If you're going to talk about this, especially mainstream media, don't put it out there unless you have proof. Okay. And we'll get into this. Okay, he was let's see, when was he sentenced here? February 1st, 2010. He was discharged December 26, 2012. Intimidation, firearm 1 mile from a school, robbery, 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 criminal confinement, battery. Should this guy been on the street? What do you think about all that? And I'll get into more of this here in a minute. How come he only did 2 years out of 7? This could have been avoided. But he is a scary individual. So he was on the run when this happened. I found the records for that. Like we all can. Like we all can. Isn't that interesting, you guys? All right. Oh my God, what's going on with Chad? Last I looked, there's nothing going on in that case. I do not understand why he only got 2 years. I know, right? That isn't even, well, okay, I think he was in jail for a while. But Indiana, what's up? Indiana. Okay, now we're going to go to, oh boy, there's a lot here. I'm not going to go through it all. But yeah, it's a lot. What he did, and if I could find it, there was kids at a school, 4 boys, and he robbed them, these 4 boys, from a high school. Okay, I'm going to go to, hold on. Let's see. That's a rough one, Scott. I don't know who I'm more pissed at, Chad for his actions or his dad for being more concerned about. Yes, right. I don't get it. All right. You know what? We'll look at this first. Oh, no, we're not. Sorry, guys. Here we go. All right. Here is his record in Indiana. Look at this. Look at this, people. There's 7 results. However, they're all felonies, but 1. Okay. His trouble started in 2009. That's when he started getting caught anyways. So this is the most recent, and this is about the file status is pending yet, but they did put out a warrant for his arrest on, let's see, when was the warrant? 11/24/2015. And at that time, he was in Kentucky. And that's why I say he only knew those boys for a year. Maybe 2. So he was on the run. Battery with moderate bodily injury, interference with reporting a crime, invasion of privacy, violation, no contact order as conditions of probation, criminal confinement. Let's look at the other one here real quick. We'll look at this one. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay, this one here is battery resulting in body injury, 2. All right. This one here. Why doesn't it say? What's going on here? Okay, this is kind of funny, you guys. Here's a journal entry here. Guess what he did? Defendant in custody, pro se, is advised of rights. Charges not yet filed. Like Daryl Brooks. He was his own attorney. Okay? Okay, let me look at the comments. All right. Yes. He went on the run. And that's how they got him. Okay, I think the two boys finally talked that was involved in this, allegedly. And how they caught him was on the freeway, because of the warrant. Otherwise, who knows where he was going. All right, which one am I at? 1, 2, 3. What's this one? Oh, I just read that one. Sorry. All right. This one is battery resulting in bodily injury. The victim is an endangered adult. Oh, look at this. I mean, come on. Wow. I'm looking at this the first time like you people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Armed robbery, armed robbery, armed robbery, armed robbery, criminal confinement. That has to do with those boys at that school. Oh, I'm sorry. I just read that one. Intimidation, 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 carrying handgun without license, possessing firearm on school property. This one is, hold on. It doesn't say. So his trouble started real early in life, sadly. 2009, they all started. I'll show you. And I heard there's another state, but I cannot find the other state. See, because that's what mainstream media does. They say shit without backing it up, allegedly. All right. So the charges started, all the charges started. See, what happened is he did this stuff to those boys at that school, right? In 2009. He went to prison in 2010, got out 2012. And then in 2014, he went back into doing bad stuff to people. Okay, look at all that. And he was on the run, like I said. Oh. So there's that. 2009 charges was from those boys at that school. The other charges after his prison stint, I don't know who that is. I'm not going to pay for the paperwork. You guys know that. It all should be free, in my opinion. Okay, you guys want to laugh? I'm going to show you videos for me at my daughter's. Just a few. They're funny. Here we go. Let's laugh. Hold on, peoples. I'm going to make you laugh. Well, I laugh. Where am I? Hold on. Let's do this. I have no idea why this don't have sound. That dog is a riot. Trigger. Sweet boy, Trigger. Such a sweet boy. So there you have it. What do you think about that? So I hope these families have some kind of peace. You know, it's been 7 years. What is going on with my laptop? This is bullshit. All right. Yes. Yes, Trigger is only a year old. That's my daughter's dog. Oh, yeah, it's been awful here. I love dogs. I do. And I hate animal abusers. We'll just say that. Okay. I want to thank everybody for being here. I missed you all. And guess what? I'm going live later about BHB, you guys. Yes, I am. And I already got parodies that I want to do coming up of her because it's going to be really fucking funny. Oop. Funny. But I will do notification of when I go to review her today. I'm making up for lost time, people. Yes, I am. And Fox, I love you. Thank you for being here. All right. Thank you, Scout, for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys later. We're going to end it with these boys right here, the victims.
It's a new day, and nothing's really quite going your way. You got bad news that's confusing. You got sad news that you're wounded. And it feels like the worst time. You're worried and scared and not fine. You feel unprepared with no signs. Well, it'll be alright, you just gotta fight. What about things happen to the best of us? It seems like they should be blessed. They just might be angels here as guests, teaching us to be our best. When everything breaks at the seams, and you feel like you're losing belief. But damn it, you just gotta stay strong. When it all falls apart and goes wrong, when you feel let down and so lost, and it feels like you can't hold on, well damn it, you sucks and it hurts. It's like you've been cursed by the world at its worst. I'm sorry, I know you can't see it, but maybe all these things happen to you for a reason.